So we are back in the shop again today. It's still cold outside. I got some new metal raised garden beds that I'm going to unbox and put together in the shop where it's warm and not windy. And then I will carry them out to the garden, and probably on a day where it's not so cold, I will fill them. I have two of them. These are from VEGEGA. I'm really excited about these, you guys. So these were sent to me from VEGEGA to test out and share with you guys, and I've got a link with a discount code and all the good stuff if you want to check them out yourself. I will make sure that is in the description of this video. But we are going to put these together and build them at some point. We're just going to put them together today, and I will add more onto this video when it's warmer and I feel like dinking around outside filling them up. And then throughout the growing season, I am going to show you how well they work for me. Obviously, I think I'm going to be using a lot of my survival garden seeds in here that I just got, if you saw that video. And yeah, lots of good stuff going on in the garden this year, and I'm really excited. I will say, you're probably wondering, how is a garden bed, a raised bed, fit in such a small box? They have multiple different sizes. I went with the shortest size they have, which is 8-inch tall garden bed. Why would I want 8-inch tall? Well, if you saw my old garden, you'll have to go back a couple years worth of gardening videos. I built raised garden beds all over that garden with rocks, and they were about 8 inches tall. I like a shorter raised bed because I'm really using the raised beds to kind of amend my soil. On that property, it was really sandy. Here, it's clay. So I can't really grow root crops very well here because the clay is just too tight and too moist. So I'm going to work on, just building a little bit of soil, mixing in some sand, and this is going to be a great spot for me to grow radishes and carrots and turnips, which I've never grown before, and probably a better spot for my potatoes than in the ground. Like, it's going to be really, really good. And another reason that I like a shorter raised bed is the higher you go, one, the roots of your plants are not going to be able to reach through to the ground if you got a 17-inch bed or taller, so you're going to be watering your bed more. They also heat up more because of the sun, which, early season, maybe that's great. You want more heat to sprout your plants faster, but again, that's going to dry things out faster. Again, with the roots not being long enough to reach the soil below the garden bed at that point, they're not getting as much nutrients, so you're going to be having to continually add even more nutrients into your giant raised bed. And then in the winter, not a great spot for perennial things because they're going to freeze a lot harder because they're up in the air. So you kind of eliminate a lot of those problems if you have a shorter raised bed. In my opinion, the only reason you would need a really tall raised bed is if you're trying to prevent yourself from bending over, which is great. The ones that are kind of in the middle where you're still bending over and you've given yourself more work, not for me. These ones are perfect. Maybe I'll add some giant ones later. My mom has some really tall ones, and I love them because, again, she doesn't have to bend over. But these are perfect for what I need in my garden, and I'm just excited to share them with you guys this year. Okay, so I got the box opened up. This is one of two boxes, and this is everything. You've got your little instruction manual. You can actually see it was put together really nicely. This is the little bolts and screws and whatever, and it's got the little tool, the tightening tool to put it together here. And then there's even a little rim to put around the sharp edge of the top so that you don't have to worry about cutting yourself. But they have multiple different colors, multiple different sizes. They've just got really, really great products, and they're not as expensive as some of the other brands that are popular right now. So I would really recommend checking these guys out. Again, I will make sure I put the description, or I put the link in the video description for you guys to check out, and I'll make sure I also have the discount code listed in there for you. I think it's for 10% off, so hey, that's pretty exciting. But I'm gonna go get these together so you can see what that looks like. here the beds look outside. They're actually super lightweight, and it was really easy for me to move them out here, but they're also sturdy enough. They've been out here for a couple weeks and they're not like blowing away in the windstorms. Obviously, you see I don't have them filled yet. It was cold and the ground was frozen, and now we've had above average temperatures. It's been in the 80s, and we just haven't gotten around to bringing in soil in here for me to fill them. So hopefully we will be doing that soon, and I have some seeds started from my survival garden seeds to fill these bad boys up with wonderful plants once we finally get soil in here. So I'm excited to show you how they do this year. I think they're going to be awesome. Honestly, I could use like 6 more of them, but you know, 2 is a good place to start.